So happy to be joined on the podcast by a guy who has really been in the spotlight a little bit the last few days, Camryn Bynum. And Camryn obviously had a great game on Monday Night Football against the 49ers, made a huge play to seal a Minnesota victory at the end with an interception of Brock Purdy. Um, but it's really what happened after the game uh, with Cam. He used his opportunity with an on-field interview after the game to make an appeal for his wife. And before we start, Camryn, I want to just explain this situation. You grew up in California. Your
Yeah.
mom is a third generation Filipino American citizen. Um, and last year, you've become a big fan of the Philippines over the years, visited there and everything. And you met your wife, uh,
Elaine.
Lalaine, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Lalaine, sorry. And you were married in March of this year, but you've
Correct.
been unable to get her a tourist visa to get her over here to the United States. You have the Filipino president writing a letter trying to get her this visa. You've got both Minnesota senators, Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, both advocating and trying to expedite this visa process. But so far, no visa. Do I have the story correct?
Yes, all except the son of the Philippine president, which is a congressman, Sandro Marcos, which is the son of the president.
Okay.
He's also a congressman
All
out
right.
there. But yes, he was able to write a letter, and yeah, like I said, it got denied, but nobody to blame. But yes, everything else correct.
So Camryn, let me just ask you about what has it been like for you to be married, to be a newlywed, and to not be able to see your wife after you leave for the summer? Now you come over to play football for the season with the Vikings, and she
Mhm.
has to stay behind. What is that like for your family?
It's extremely tough, especially being newlyweds and you get married, knowing that you're starting a new family within you and your wife. And it's really tough just knowing that she's over there in a whole different country. The time difference is 13 hours. So it makes life a lot tougher than it should be with her not being able to come over here, and especially with my schedule and being so busy. Our time to talk is very limited. And really, just life is a lot harder, and you have to really map out your day a lot better just to spend time with your wife. And I feel as if it's not, I wouldn't say it's not fair, but for anybody that's especially newlyweds going a few months married, then have to go the whole football season without her being able to come over here. It's tough and just makes things a lot harder on both of us being apart, especially during the rigorous football season, how long it is and how really busy it is. It's kind of makes another obstacle, mental health, and just your heart overall, just missing your wife and not being able to come over here, even if there was an emergency, she still wouldn't be able to come here. And if something happened with her over there still wouldn't be a way for me to go over there. So it just makes life a lot tougher being apart for sure.
What is the reason that you have been given that you have not been able to get this tourist visa that you're seeking?
With the tourist visa, they don't really give a reason, but they're tough to get as it is. So we've just been waiting and being patient with that, knowing that it's tough to get a tourist visa. So we haven't really got a reason for that. And with the spouse visa, it's just a waiting game with that, and that's the reason we've reached out to see if anybody has connections that can help expedite it. And that's where I'm also super grateful for the senator's office being willing to hear our case and really go through and see what we can do about it. But at the end of the day, that's the waiting game, and that's the tough part, just knowing that nobody should be away from their spouse for this long, and the immigration process is really tough.
I would have thought that once you got married, that your wife is and you are inseparable.
That's
Whatever
what I
country
thought.
you're dealing with, whether it be the Philippines, right? Whatever, that she ought to be able to come. That has to be the frustrating part.
Yeah, that's what I thought, especially because they say, okay, once you're married, you're good to go. But I never knew, me personally, just going through it, I was really naive, and I didn't know that it can take up to 2 years. And being 2 years without your spouse, no matter what you do in life, whether you play football or whether you're just whatever you do in life, being away from your spouse for that long and then you physically not being able to see them, FaceTime isn't enough at times. And that's where it's really been tough for us. And that's why I was blessed to have the game that I did and be able to speak out on it and seek help, just because it's been really tough and something that we've really been trying to work hard to get and to find a solution for it.
Camryn, with all due respect to you and how hard it must be for you, and I'm not, what do I know? I don't know you. I don't know the whole situation, but I have to think, as a football player, your life is tremendously busy. You're occupied, from whatever, 7 a.m. till 7 or 8 o'clock at night. You're really tied up with your job. And right. I have to think that it's got to be tougher on your wife because she's just sitting there in this state of limbo, not knowing what the future holds. So tell me what it is like for her, and how do you make it through these moments when you're on FaceTime but you're not together?
It's like you said, it's really tough just knowing that something can change any second, but it's also the tough part that nothing has happened. So as far as like her, I'm not saying she can't work, but like with her job, if she takes a job and then we get the visa, then she'd have to quit, or really anything that can pop up. It's just tough not knowing a timeline about anything. Then even with my schedule of her just waiting around for us to talk all day with the time difference, and me coming home, I'm the type of guy that likes to do a lot of extra work, a lot of extra film. So me being busy until, like you said, 8 o'clock, 9 at night, then I have to watch my film. But then priority is my wife. So I'm obviously going to give her time and undivided attention. So that leads to late nights for me and the sacrifice of it, which is all worth it, because at the end of the day, my priority is her and my marriage. So I'll never put that on the back burner. So having to stay up later and having to really carve in extra time for us to spend time together really makes life a lot tougher. And not complaining about it at all, but that's the reality of the situation, is that everything becomes a lot tougher having her there, and especially her being in the waiting game. It's kind of, she just sitting in the limbo. Okay, what do we do in the meantime? So she's picked up a lot of hobbies, but nothing compares to us being able to really have a life here in the United States during football season. And then after football season, it's fine. We can be on vacation and I can go to the Philippines, whatever. But the 6-7 months of football time, and we have 3 months left of season. That's really what we're looking for, to hopefully get her here by the end.
I have 2 more questions for you. One, tell us, what did you do on your honeymoon after you got married in March? I think this says something about both you and your wife.
Right. So we had, right after our wedding, we had probably 4 hours, because our wedding got done late. We had 4 hours to go back to the hotel. Then the next morning, 5 a.m., we flew to Leyte, an island in the Philippines, to do our outreach with our foundation to help all the typhoon victims, where their homes got destroyed and they've been living in an evacuation center. So we did an outreach there, and as our honeymoon, because we wanted to start our marriage serving other people and start our marriage really just giving back to other people. And we wanted to start and build that foundation in our marriage to really have like I said, the foundation of putting other people first. So that was one thing that we decided on, to make our honeymoon not only about us, but about other people in our family and our community. So she's been pivotal to that. And then, unfortunately, we had to put all that on pause while she's in the Philippines now, and I'm doing things out here. And it's tough to continue to do these community things, and it's sad being without her, because I know she wants to be here with that. She's been a huge part starting the Bynum Faith Foundation. She's really the reason we started doing everything in the Philippines, because originally we partnered up with her and her church to do it even before we started our own family nonprofit. So she's really been one of the biggest parts to all of this giving back. So yeah, our honeymoon was really the start of, we wanted to start our marriage off with just giving and serving.
That's really a cool thing. Last thing. So in the Monday night game against the 49ers, there's a lot of people who really don't know who you are. You're not a really ultra famous football player yet. Fourth round pick out of Cal, and you really started to come on for the Niners. In the last 7 minutes of this game, you had 2 interceptions. You stopped 2 drives of the 49ers. Describe what that was like for you, and if you've ever had a better quarter of football since you've been playing football.
No, I think that was for sure the best quarter I've ever had, especially the heightened environment of it being a Monday night game against the best team in the league at the time. And really, I feel like that was just a testament of preparation and staying true to the process, because I've had chances this season to come down with some interceptions, and whether it's missed opportunities or anything really, and haven't come down with it. But in my mind, I'm just like, trust the process. The ball's going to come back to me. So it was really just that heightened sense of awareness to make the plays that are going to come to me and don't miss any opportunities. So opportunity was probably the word of the night for me, knowing that, okay, this is a big game. They're throwing the ball. My assignment is in the middle of the field. So I need to make a play in the middle of the field, because that's where the 49ers like to attack. So both of those plays, the ball came exactly where we were thinking it would be, and I was in a perfect defense to do it, and I just had to take advantage of the opportunity on the field, get the interceptions, have fun with the celebrations, and then take another opportunity to speak in that interview. So I feel like the whole day was just a perfect opportunity for everything.
Camryn Bynum, listen, congratulations on your success this year. And really, I think so many football fans join me in saying, hey, listen, our heart goes out to you. Good luck, and really hope you get this visa quickly so you can do what families do. You can be together and start your lives together. So good luck.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me a platform to speak on it. I appreciate that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.